Hello YouTubers, if you watched my recent video on the Woodstock train show, you will know that I have got a large pile of trains to test out on the layout, but first they do need some work. This one needs metal wheels and KD couplers. This one doesn't require anything, that one's good to go. This one also doesn't need anything, but it's a bit light, so it might need a bit of weight. This one needs some KD couplers. That one's great, you probably saw that one already. That one's great. That one, not so much. We haven't tested this yet. It says DCC on board. I'm very skeptical of that, but it does have half a carpet inside, so that needs cleaned before we even put it near a track or it might blow up. That one looks like it's good to go. Metal wheels. That one's good. And that one's good. Inside this, we have Husky stack. That definitely needs some metal wheels. And over here, we have a little Soo Line gondola, which also needs some metal wheels. Apart from that, they're actually pretty good to go. And there's something in there, doesn't need work. Those two just need tested, so not that much work to do. I'm absolutely dying to see if this one works. It says DCC on board and it was only $20. I'll be happy if it works at all, but it's got half a carpet in it, so that needs cleaned. But I'm going to keep that to the end, keep you in suspenders and all that. Okay, let's get started. For today's task, we need some nice fresh couplers, mostly KD, some overshank, some undershank, some whisker couplers, which are always handy. Got some backmans, got some long ones, got some coupler boxes, and I've got my lovely little KD tool. You don't have one of these, get one. They are for putting those annoying little springs back into the hingy bits of the KDs. Really invaluable, get one of these tools. Okay, what else do we need? We need some wheels. Now, I do have some odds and ends in here, but I think these metal ones actually came from passenger cars, so they're a little bit on the big side. I do have 2 packs, brand new Intermountain jobs, which are excellent little wheels. But I don't want to use them all, so I do have a selection of odds and ends somewhere. No, I'll probably just end up using these, they're not too expensive. Although they were $22 a pack, which is more than I wanted to pay, but hey, had to do that. And tools required, I think, all we should need today. Pair of tweezers, flathead screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver. Right, let's boogie. Let's find our first patient. Okay, let's begin with our well cars, container cars. So this is the Husky stack job. And the other one is just a plain undecorated version with lots of broken bits. I think the other one's got broken bits as well. No, we're okay with those two. Those two, it's missing the little grab rails here, both sides. Not to worry, they were only $4 each, really can't complain. So what's involved with this then? We are going to be replacing the wheels. It's got knuckle couplers, however they're not held on very well. As you can see, there's no screw in there to hold that tight, so that makes this a bit on the floppy side. So I'm going to remove the trucks, and there's a section, it's a sort of T-shaped section, so it's partly held on with the truck, but as I say, there's a screw missing. We might have to put a little self-tapping screw in there. Or I could drill a hole and do it properly, but yeah, when did I ever do anything properly? Right, let's get the trucks off. Now, as you can see, the T-shaped thing came with that truck and screw. So that's what I was talking about. So that is what this is relying on to keep the coupler in place. Doesn't do a great job, to be honest. So how much room do we have? Oh, it's really fat. If I'm going to drill a hole through that, it's going to end up going through all the way to that little platform. And if you're a perfectionist, then that will really annoy you. Thankfully, I'm not a perfectionist, so I think I'll just drill a hole through there, stick a screw in, and then we'll have a nice tight coupler. That's my plan. These seem okay condition. They've still got their little springs, so I'm just going to keep those couplers. Let's not waste any of my valuable KDs. That one also has got its spring, so we're going to keep that one as well. Right, time to find my little Dremel tool. I'm going to drill. Oh, that one's already drilled through. I can see a hole. No, I'm lying. I thought I was seeing a hole all the way through, but it's just the platform. So I'm going to drill a hole, but first obviously I need to find a couple of screws, otherwise I don't know what size of hole to drill. Okay, I found a couple of screws. I'm not sure if they're going to be long enough. Let's have a wee look. Poke that through there. That's not going to be long enough, as I unfortunately predicted. Let me try and find some longer versions. Okay, I found another two, but they are very long. But that's okay, because we can cut them down. And I do believe that Greg Dean sent me these, along with many other things, but he sent me a pack of bits and bobs, and included was those screws, and I believe the ones I showed you earlier, a couple of packs of them, but I have been using them. So we have these two. We're going to give it a shot, make sure they fit in the hole. Interesting. I might not even need to drill the first section out because they're already quite tight, but because they're so long I'm going to have to drill through the plate at the top. So need to find a little drill bit, drill a wee hole. I know it's not ideal, but it's the way I'm doing it. You could use a little miniature tap and die set, which Greg also sent me, but it doesn't really need it for plastic. If you drill it just a wee bit smaller, then the metal screws are going to self-tap anyway, to be honest. Just take your time. Right, let's drill some holes. Okie dokie. Usually best to put the drill bit in there before you start, otherwise you destroy everything you touch. Right, let's see if my screw is going to go in. Of course that's going to be in the way, because I want to make sure it's... Oh, it's not quite big enough. I just have to elongate that a little bit. Or not so much elongate it, but you know, make it a bit wider. Yes, I should have used a slightly bigger drill bit, but guess what? I don't have one. So I have to make do, as we all do. If you're ever tapping your own thread, one screw in, half a screw out, one screw in, half a screw out. That's more important on a metal thread. Not so important on plastic. And of course the main thing you do not want to do with plastic is over tighten it, because then you just destroy any thread you've made. Okay, that one is good. I'll do the other side, and we will be good for installing our new couplers. Okay, we're all set for our new couplers. Now, I'm not going to cut these screws down to size yet. I want to make sure everything works first. And then once I'm happy, we can snip them down. You can either use a Dremel or just use a pair of snips. It's not exactly got a lot to get through. Right, let me throw some couplers, and I think we will use actual proper KDs for this. Now, when you put these things upside down, because of these, and this is obviously what's happened before when someone's had it, they put it down that way and wrecked all these handrails. It's a shame, so obviously maybe do that so that you don't push down on your handrails. Put them in a box like so. Okay, coupler. We are going to go for your standard coupler, copper or brass spring, which used to confuse me until I figured out how they worked, but they are actually very good. So let us use them. If it fits, of course. I'm sure it will though. Lovely. One little spring in there. One number 5 coupler, I believe. It fits perfectly fine. It's important to check your little springs before you install them, because that one is not doing its job. got a bulk pack of these things, and sometimes they get a bit damaged. I don't know if you can see that one there, but the spring on that side is okay. The spring on this side is doing nothing, so I'm just going to bend that into where it's supposed to be. This side of that wall like so, and hopefully it will now work as it's supposed to. They are quite delicate, these things, to be honest, but once they're installed they usually work pretty great. Oh my goodness, this one's giving me all sorts of grief. Right, let's try that again. Install the coupler spring, coupler in there. I may have bent the little springs a bit too much. Oh, I'm not doing well with this one. Just give me a sec. Just you go out there a little shade. Remember I said I like these things? They suck. Okay, finally, right, let's get our little plastic T bracket thing. I don't know what else to call it. T retaining, I don't know. Let's get it on. So that goes on there, and I'm going to put the main screw in there first so that our coupler stays in its proper place. Let me screw that down. Unfortunately, someone has filled this with glue, so I don't think it's ever going to be smooth. Anyway, we'll get the other truck on. Oh no, we need to put new wheels on it first. Let me do that quickly. And we can get our truck back in place once we find the screw. There he is. Lovely. One side down. Not happy with that coupler, but let's make sure it's at the right height before we do anything else, and then we can trim off this section here at the top. Cut it off, a little bit of silver paint, you'll never know I was there. Right, let me get the other side together. Okay, two sides done, and I actually just took that coupler out and put in the Bachmann Easy Mate whisker coupler, and the same with this one, and it works absolutely fine. Don't fix it if it's not broken and all that. So we've got our nice new metal wheels. Yes, we do need to trim these out a little bit, but as I say, let's make sure it's all at the right height. Okay, on to the next one. It should be exactly the same. Yes, it is. So I'll bring you back when they're both done. Here we are then, two intermodal container cars ready to go into service. That'll fit on there quite nicely, and if we want we can double up, although I think, oh, that's got little locating pins. That's pretty cool. That looks mega bright, by the way. And the other one, lovely, perfect, good, ready to rock and rumble. Okay, next patient please. How about our little Soo Line gondola? Just needs wheels. Yep, it's got its couplers already intact. So you know what, it's actually easier, or at least I find it's easier, just to remove the trucks to put the wheels on. You're more in control of the situation. For the sake of an extra minute of unscrewing, Trust me, it's well worth the time. And we're done. Nice and easy. That is going to roll round my track. Very nice. Okay, that was an easy one. Next, we have one of our covered hoppers. Grain, I think, Canadian National. Just needs a couple of couplers. Again, just remove your trucks. They just get in the way. One and the other. Oh, this has got a well-worn screw. Kind of sad when you have to use a flat screwdriver to get a Phillips screw out. Oh, goodness, that's not even working. I need to get an even bigger Phillips screwdriver. Or maybe an Allen key. Oh, what's someone done? It's alright, I managed to get it with a Phillips. Amazingly. I don't even have any replacements of these because they're really annoying little extra wide heads. So I need to reuse that just now until I get spares. Right. Get these coupler covers off. And now we decide if we're going to try that KD. Oh, I don't think we can use the KD brass thing with this one unless I put it upside down. No, that won't work either. Let's have a wee look. Looks like it's going to have to be a whisker coupler. Unless that fits in there. Oh, it does actually. Okay, we'll give that a shot. The springs in this one actually look like they're in the right place, which is nice. Let's get this one on there. Let's get our cover on. That's not the right... Oh, that's the cover that came off of it. So it's got little lugs on it. So I'm guessing that goes at the back. I wasn't paying attention. If it went at the front, it would inhibit how much that moves. So I think it's that way around. Get its little screw back in. Wee bit tight. I think that's good there. Right, let me get the other side done. Get a new coupler spring in. And a new coupler. And a cover back on. Perfect. And we can get our trucks back on. Another one done. He is good to go. Lovely. Okay, one more patient remains, or at least one more rolling stock patient remains. I'm going to keep that there. We have the Ann Arbor railroad system. This is a really nice looking car actually. So as before, I'm going to remove the trucks. Wow, these wheels are rough. This has had some use in its life. And it's going to get a lot more. Where did that screw go? It just vanished. Oh, it's in there. Okay, we're good. It's got those annoying little clips. Hate these, but as long as they work, that's fine. And I do know that we can fit our KD spring in these ones. I've done that before. In you pop. One new KD coupler, please. And our little annoying spring. Our little annoying vanishing spring. Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, Put it in a safe place. Clips over the top. Hopefully tight, but not too tight, because we want the coupler to move. Oh goodness, that's a first. Still works. Alright, make sure that's clipped in. Wonderful. Right, let me get the other. Oh, I suppose I better get new wheels on it. Need to break into another packet of these wheels. They do not last long for $22, I tell you. It's me onto my second pack already. Although this is the last 4 that I need, I believe. I think everything else I bought doesn't require this amount of upgrading. So, one wheel on this side. These wheels look smaller. Oh no, they're just... Are they? No. Hold on a second. These might be metal, but they've been painted over. Why would you do such a silly... No, they're plastic. Garbage. No offence to plastic wheels, but I'm all about the metal wheels these days. Lovely. Right, let's get this back in. Excellent. One side down. Let me get the other side done and we will be done with this job. Wonderful. We're all done with our rolling stock repairs. Fantastic. Can't wait to see these going around the track. Let's take a wee break from repairs and test out our new freight around the track. So just in case you didn't catch the last video, this is the back of the train, but I already had that, already had that, and that, and that, and that, but that container's new. Everything from this point forward is new. So that's one of the new well cars I repaired, and that one, new containers. A little Soo line, I gave it some cargo for now. Canadian National, Ann Arbor, Milwaukee Road, Milwaukee, oh my goodness, Milwaukee Road. So these are all new. Rock Island, that is really lovely. It's such a bizarre colour, but I really like it. Rio Grande, and gigantic GT freight car. Look at the size of it, this is massive. It weighs as much as a heavy Loco, to be honest, it's great. We're going to need something fairly hefty to haul this around the track. Okay, we have one more thing to look at, and that is this $20 Chessie with DCC apparently. As I say, it's full of fluff, so we'll have a look inside and see if we can clean it. I've not even tested this one yet. So you might recall, this is the one with the flat spots on the wheels, which was a real mystery. Will always be a mystery. Almost like some kid was pushing it around the rails, hoping it would work. Can't think why else there would be these massive, very obvious flat spots. You can see them even in that camera. Look at that. Right there. And there. Every wheel has got that flat spot like it's been ground down in one position. So the likelihood of this working at all are pretty slim, but you never know. So all I'm going to do at the moment is whip off these covers and give the wheels a bit of a clean and whatever's going on inside. These are relatively easy to get off, and clip it from there. Pull that forward. Actually, it looks okay in there. I mean, the grease is quite old, but the wheels are minky, minky, minky. Let's pull this out. So I'm just trying to see if it's just a flat spot on one part. It is, it's just on one part of the wheel. Someone has been doing something weird. But is it just, it might just be the flange. If it is just the flange, then we could be okay. Right, let me give it these a quick clean. I'll put the cover back on when it's clean. I'll clean the contacts, do the other one, and then we're going to be good for a test, because everything else looks fine from this side at least. No idea what's going on inside. Right, let me clean this up. Right, all the wheels are done. Give it a little brush, and I did manage to get some more of the carpet out of the underside there. Smells of bubble gum. I hate to think what's going on inside this. Anyway, let's get to the track, see if it works. Place your bets now. Okay, let us see if this Bachmann GP40, possibly 40-2, says Joe Raider. Let's see if it works, and if it is indeed DCC. I will switch it to DCC power, and if it buzzes, most likely it's not DCC. Let's find out. That's a good sign. We have no buzzing. Let us key in number 4139. 4139. Just in case it's been set to that number. If not, we might have to reset it to number 3. Do we have a light? I don't see a light. Let's try some power. We don't have any power. But I'm not giving up already because it might need a reset. So let me whip this over to the... Oh, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's try Loco 3. No, nothing there. Right, let me take this over to my programming track, do a quick reset, and I'll bring you back in a sec. Okay, I have put it onto the programming track, gone to CV8 and entered 8. It should now be reset to Loco 3 if it works. Let's hope so. Let's go. Well, it went. I think it just needs a bit of persuasion. Oh, it's sounding a bit rough. But it's going to go. Shall I let go? Shall I let go? He's off. I did it again. Put it on the outside track when I've already got a train round there. Right. Let's try again. Full lap, please. And he's off. Okay, I can hear a flat spot, which is to be expected with 4, actually 8 flat spots on wheels. However, it's working. Relatively quiet. I mean, it is a backman, so it's not going to be super quiet. And if I can get a nice set of 4 wheels or 4 axles for that, it'll be perfect. Pretty spectacular for $20 DCC on board. But what a great mystery that is with the 4 flat spots. Now, they were all at the same rotation, if you like, with the same flat spot, so it all happened at the same time. And I think a kid couldn't get it working and they were just pushing it around the track. But they would have to be doing that for an awful long time to wear down flat spots like that. If anyone's got an idea how else that might have happened, maybe someone was using it as a dummy unit but didn't realise it was a powered unit and it was just getting dragged around the track forever. I can't think what else would have caused those flat spots. Anyway, $20 DCC GP40-2, if Joe is correct, which he probably is. Couldn't be happier. Fantastic. Now, finally, I need to get these FE2s out the box, get them in the track, see if they work. Now I'm going to test these one at a time. Fairly sure these are going to be DC powered. Let's go. Don't go backwards, go forwards. Off he goes. Actually quite noisy for a Proto 2000. Might need a bit of a clean and lube and a bit of a run, because I've had Protos much quieter than that one. Still runs perfectly nice, but it shouldn't be that noisy, I don't think. I mean, it's not like mega noisy, I don't need earplugs, but I thought Proto 2000s were generally very quiet. Right, we'll bring that one in for a stop. I'm just making sure the light was working, and it is. Right, let's get the other one on. And if these both work great, then they will be getting a decoder upgrade, and I will be running them together because I did buy some nice Canadian Pacific passenger coaches in this colour scheme. Right, let's go. That one's pretty much the same noise level, so I guess that's just how they are. I must be thinking of Catos or something being silent. I suppose it's really just an updated Athearn Blue Box when you really get down to it. Well, that's not ideal. What happened there? Points were set. What happened? Let me have a closer look. Pretty dirty actually. So I will check the wheel spacing on that. Nothing crazy, although I think the wheels are maybe a bit wider than they're supposed to be. Regardless, it's a lovely model. It runs fine. Needs a bit of TLC. Is that vent moving at the back? You see that? Is that supposed to move? I mean, it's very cool if it is. Never seen it before. Let's check the other one. I'm intrigued. Yeah, that's not moving. So maybe the other one's just broken. Cool. Okay. I think we're done. All that's left to do then, dig out some passenger coaches, hook these together, hook on some passenger coaches, go for the victory lap. All in all, a great show, great bargains. If you didn't see the whole video of the unbagging, click up there. It was tremendous. But I think I'm done. No more buying trains from train shows for the rest of the year. Thanks for watching. See you soon.